Let's go, family. Happy Tuesday. You already know it's your boy Crazy Faith of God. Welcome to the Crazy Faith of God channel, right, where we give you nothing but value, impact your spirit, and keep pushing forward throughout the day, right? So let's dive straight into it, right? Today's topic is actually going to be, it's a different feeling when you're connected to God from when you're not connected with God, right? There's a different feeling from when you're connected to God from when you're not connected to God. So when we're connected to God, right, we have that peace, we have that joy, we have that love, we have that gratitude, we have the light, right? We have peace, right? We have happiness, right? We have internal life, right? And that's amazing because that's real life. Like, it doesn't get any better than that, right? That internal life, right? That joy, that peace, that happiness, the being the light. Like, you can't get that anywhere. That's the way to live. That's the way to be, right? There's no higher elevation than walking with God, right? And we got to understand that, right? And on the other side of that, when you're not connected to God, you feel the opposite results. You feel depressed, sad, drained, tired, depleted. Life is just average, mundane, right? There's no sense of direction, right? It's just you just going with the winds, right? And that's not the real way to live, right? The real way is to be connected with God. That's real life, right? Everything else is just artificial, run down, draining, right? And we got to be mindful of that life. We got to be mindful of the internal life and how powerful that internal life is, rather than, being disconnected from God, because it's two different outcomes. It's like living with God, you're happy and peaceful, but it's like you can either live with God or live with the devil, right? God's way, you're peaceful, you're happy, you're joyful, you got peace, you got abundance, right? You live in power, you're the light. But then the opposite side of that, guess what Satan wants you to do? Be drained, miserable, tired, right? Irritated, right? Not happy with your life, right? Talking down to yourself, right? He wants you to do all of those negative things, and that's his way of living, right? But that's not your way of living. Your way of living is putting God on the throne and keeping him on the throne. No matter what happens, you fall, you got to get back up, right? You fall, you just got to get back up like nothing happened, right? And keep pushing and try to stay away from what made you fall, right? At the end of the day, we're not perfect. We fall, we make mistakes. We are human, right? So don't beat yourself up if you fell, right? We just got to be able to get back up and push forward with the process, right? No matter what's going on, right? And everything is working for your good, right? Even if you fall and you get back up, you become stronger. So we just got to be mindful of that, switch our perspective, right? And I just want to leave you guys with this. Today's a short video, and I actually want to leave you guys with this, and just to let you know that God is arms is always open, right? His kingdom is there for you to get to know him, but you got to come with open arms, right? You got to be open to hearing what he has to say, what he wants to do in your life, right? You got to be able to make the adjustments and get back on track when you're off track, right? You want to be able to get back on track when you're off track, right? And don't let nothing deter you away from what God has promised you and what God has told you, right? We don't want to be able to believe the enemy's lies over the God's we don't want to believe the enemy's lies over God's truth, right? So we got to keep that in mind and be super aware of that. And I want to leave, and I just want to, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. And I want to pray over you guys right now and ask that God could keep transforming your life, bring you closer to him, right? With his bare arms, right? Just drag you closer to him, and that you could have a sense of an awakening, right? That you could get back on track if you're off track, and that the Spirit of God kingdom is way better than living with the enemy, right? Living with God is way better than living with the enemy, right? So we got to be super mindful of God's way is way better than living with the enemy, and to push forward with him to see the best version that we could be, right? So with that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith of God. Quick video, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Nothing but love. Let's get it. Let's become 1% better each and every single day. Let's go.